Hi guys, here is today's market update for Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. It's Remembrance Day. It's a very important day. A lot of young men, brave young men, gave up their lives so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we have today. Take a minute, I hope you did, I did, but take a minute out of your day and remember the sacrifice that these young men made for us. They're 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. And they died. They paid the ultimate price for our freedoms. And it goes to show you that freedom is always one step away from getting taken away from you. You always have to fight for it. So with that in mind, let's be humble and let's praise them for what they did. Okay, let's get to today's trading day. Okay, I'm looking at the picture of the S&P 500. This is Tuesday, another bullish day. Yesterday, we talked about the big theme of the day is liquidity. The market came down over last week, hit the 50, and is looking very strong. We thought, based on the last WTW, the weekly trading podcast, that this looks, technically speaking, that it could be the low of this down move, and we're heading higher. And Tuesday is no exception. We continue this up move. We have, as you can see from the fear and greed index, still at fear. Okay, we rebounded for 2 solid days in a row, and we're still at fear, which means we have a long way to go in this uptrend. I think we're heading up all the way into the end of the year. Let's see if that happens. But today, what are the big things that happened? Well, first, we had Softbank sells $5.8 billion stake in NVDA to pay for OpenAI deals. Okay, now, as traders, we don't just react to the headline. We have to look at what's happening, okay? And you can see that this is the New York Times, but it's pretty much similar for all the major news outlets, CNBC, what have you, okay? And it says that the move has further stoked concerns among some investors that the rally in artificial intelligence stocks was overdone. So what I got from this is that this is still pessimism in the space. Everybody still thinks that stocks like NVIDIA are overvalued and that the bubble is going to pop, okay? That's pretty good. You want to see that at highs. You usually don't see that. At highs, the euphoric highs, you see like nothing but good news. So, I mean, if I look at NVIDIA today, yes, it went down by like 3%, but that's nothing. It's still, the bullish trend is still there. It's above the 50-day moving average in red. So to me, like all this negative news has served to just push NVIDIA down from like 210 to 195. Like that's 15 points, not even a 10% move. 10% move in this stock that is very volatile is absolutely nothing. And this is even less than that. So the bullish move, the bullishness in AI stocks, I don't think will end, and which further gives a boost to the narrative that we're going to probably rally till the year end, because all this bad news in the stock barely moved. Okay, and I mean you can also see other examples like in Palantir, the poster child, the Michael Burry hate. The Michael Burry hate is 100% focused on this stock right here. So look, it's bounce off the 50 just like the market and up. Okay, like we said yesterday, it's overvalued. Whatever, who cares? We don't base our trades based on overvaluations. Although in the long run you will get killed, but we're traders here. Okay, and to me, I see that this is a very bullish chart, and don't short the stock based on things like this, because these are like the major headlines are saying pessimistic things about AI right at highs. We have pessimism coming in, maximum fear, not maximum fear, it's still fear, but you don't short these kind of stocks that are technically superior. Don't really react to the news. As traders, you have to look at the reaction to the news, not the news. And the reaction is very, very light. So I think this AI train still has legs to go. Okay, next that we saw today was that the Trump administration news from the Trump administration says that the House is expected to vote to end the government shutdown on Wednesday. Again, our theme going forward and what's going to fuel this rally is liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. And this headline shows that it'll happen fairly soon. Once this government shutdown is over, the Treasury General account will start being spent, and you're going to see more fuel in S&P 500 and this market. It's just been 2 days. But the fact that we're in fear in terms of sentiment, and we have pessimism in the AI train, and liquidity is coming back, boom, I think the more rocket fuel going forward. Okay, so everything that we're seeing right now is pushing me to the inevitable conclusion that liquidity is coming and we rally. So another thing that we saw is that today that it seemed to be unnoticed. I mean, everybody was worried about the government shutdown and the AI train about to be derailed. And they're not really looking at what's really powering a lot of this move is the China-US trade war, especially in rare earths. Okay, China plans a validated end-user system to regulate rare earth exports amid U.S. trade tensions. Okay, if we read the first paragraph, you'll see that China is reportedly preparing new measures to control the flow of rare earths and other critical materials. So not just rare earths. Okay, this ties into what we spoke to last time, where it's rare earths. It could be silver, it could be antimony, as we took some trades in U.S. antimony company. So China is still battling the U.S. over trade. It's not over, okay? And they plan to create a validated end-user system in order to restrict their exports to companies linked to the U.S. military, while facilitating shipments to civilian firms. So China might be able to use the excuse of, this is going for the U.S. military, in order to restrict sales of REs and other critical materials to the U.S. So it gave itself a little out here, So note that stocks who benefit from this, and we took positions in, is MP. We mentioned in last week's weekly trading wrap-up that we were waiting for a technical move to get into MP again. And Friday, that was a bullish engulfing. We entered in around here, and we're still holding this position, okay? This is just a slight pullback in the upper, in a move that I think goes higher, okay? So you still have MP as a poster child, but we also did it in the antimony, U.S. Antimony Corporation, okay? So this one on Friday here made the move, but consolidating for the next move. We don't know. It's still sort of a downtrend, but we have no idea. But we have fundamentals like this that support our position and our trade, okay? So the last thing that I noticed on Tuesday the 11th is that the Trump from Zero Hedge, that the Trump administration is going to lend hundreds of billions to nuclear power plants, okay? The nuclear trade has been a proxy AI trade, a quasi-AI trade, because AI needs reliable, cheap power, and AI companies, data centers, whatever, have made deals with nuclear power plants to supply that kind of power. Meta, Google, all these guys. So, again, like we did with a Softbank headline, we saw that it was negative, and how are the stocks reacting to it? So, a negative headline, and the stocks are reacting pretty positively when it came to AI. How is it with a nuclear trade? Okay. Well, let's go to these nuclear power companies like Constellation Energy has a lot of nuclear power. Well, Constellation has a lot of nuclear power plants. That's what I wanted to say. Look at the reaction. I mean, it's already had a big move, and news that is very, very positive made the stocks go down in nuclear energy. What about the enrichment stock, LEU? Is that the same thing? Yep, they're down today. I mean, they've been going down on this news. So to me, it's like maybe the trade is getting a little bit long in the tooth. Who knows? Maybe you can look for a technical reason to buy LEU. I mean, they had good earnings, and the market didn't like it. So maybe the uranium play is getting a little bit tired. I mean, you're getting good headlines and muted responses. So it's like the exact opposite of the AI bubble. The AI bubble fears, or the AI bubble about to pop fears, I should say. So exact opposite. So I'm like neutral on this uranium trade at this point. I don't think it has that much more to go. Maybe it could, who knows? But I would like to see better reactions going forward in this space, like we're still seeing with Palantir and NVDA. So that is it for Tuesday the 11th. Those are my thoughts. To recap, we see a lot of liquidity coming in, and we anticipated seeing liquidity, and we're seeing liquidity, and we're getting validation from headlines like this. Okay, we also have still very high fear, which could fuel a year-end rally, and it looks like the AI trade is not yet about to pop, in my opinion. So that's it, guys. Look forward to tomorrow. Let's see what happens.